love yourself. Hi guys, it's Mina here, Mina. Welcome back to my channel. Yeah, if you're not new here, you'll notice like my name has changed. It used to be Mina the Noobist, but the Noobist just wasn't working for you anymore, and you know, I think that if something doesn't serve you, then just cut it loose. So I dropped it. I'm just Mina now because that's like my favourite username. I've used it for years, so I was like, let me just stick to what I know. So yeah, if you're new here, like please do hit subscribe and hit the notification bell, because then you can find out when I actually release videos. Because I'm sorry, but at the moment I'm not 100%. Like I used to do every Tuesdays, but I'm a little bit in the workings. Like I'm doing videos, but it's not always consistent days. So, but I am going to be posting weekly, so do check. Make sure you click the notification bell. So basically I thought, you know, I'm in Korea, much longer I'm going to be here. I need to make sure I talk about my experience as much as possible, because I'm going to really enjoy looking back on these videos one day. I'm going to be like, damn, is that really what I thought? And I really I have my journals, I journal anyway, but this is also like an additional way of documenting how I feel, and also sharing it for other people that are interested in coming here, so you know, why not? So today, like, I thought I would do a topic which is what it's really like being an English teacher in Korea. I've seen like a couple of other bloggers done videos like this as well, but I watched all of the videos and they're like the same. They say the same thing, which is, you know, the culture, the food, the people, it's amazing, blah blah blah. Like, yeah, I get that, it's great, but that's like the same stuff you read on vlogs everywhere. And like, I don't know, I was bored watching the videos. I was skimming, so I was like, I'm skimming, probably other people that aren't here, I was just like a little bored. So I thought, let me tell the truth, or my truth, of what it's really like being an English teacher in Korea. So number one, so I have my notes, okay? So number one, if you're like me, and like I've always been a little bit of a hipster bitch, like I like it when I'm the first person to go to a country. Like, I was the first person in my friendship group to like travel solo. I went to India when I was 18. Like, I like being a little hipster. I don't want to go to the same old places. So like when you tell people who live in Korea, like they're like, oh, Korea, oh, North or South Korea, oh, that's so cool, you're so cool, what's it like there, Korea? And then, you know, like I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, I'll be honest, I like that feeling. I feel special. I'm like, yeah, I live in Korea, I eat bibimbap, I drink soju. Like, I don't know, I like that feeling, okay? I'm being real honest with you guys, I like that feeling. And also, like, the general lifestyle here can be pretty cool. It can be really nice here. That's basically my second point. Like, the lifestyle in Korea is nice. Like, if you make a big effort to go out, visit other cities, try new hobbies, meet people, find cool spots to hang out like I do, then you are gonna have a good time. Like, you really have to put in effort though. Like, I've not experienced this in any other country. I have to put in the most effort to not be lonely and to have a good time here. Like, compared to where I've lived abroad before, like in Spain or in Italy, like, it was just, the good times was just finding me. I was just like not making effort to make friends, for example. Here, you need to really work to make friends. Like, it's a lovely lifestyle, but it can get lonely. Especially if you're the kind of person to like get in your feelings and get really introspective, and if you don't speak Korean, you might spend 90% of your time here in your own world, in your brain, and you know, obviously that's not ideal. Yeah, so really depends on what kind of person you are, but like if you're one of those in your feelings people like myself, it can get lonely, especially because Korea is so homogenous and you can feel like you're kind of on the fringes of society. And like for me personally, sometimes I feel like I'm such a strange foreigner forever. Like, the kids is always going to be staring at me, and like strangers on the street's going to be staring at me, and I change my hair a lot, so the kids are just like, oh. And like sometimes I'll just be teaching and I look down, the kids in the front row is just staring at me like this. I'm just like, oh my god. Like, some days you're just like, can I just be a real fucking person? Can I just be a human that's just here? Do I have to be this special weirdo? Like, but most of the time, if you've got some foreigner friends, if you manage to find some and they're decent, you can run to them and like, you know, you feel like a human again. Third point about the kids. You might have heard that the kids in Korea are like really well behaved compared to other countries. Well,
a lie detector test determined that was a lie.
The kids are like kids. They are kids, like kids anywhere. Well, unless you live in one of those countries where you need a metal detector to get into school. But yeah, kids are kids, they're cheeky, they're funny, they're naughty, they're ridiculous. Like some of the kids, like my last school, I taught in a private boys middle school last year, and some of the boys were bad, like occasionally, not all the time, but like one of the kids, I remember telling him to sit down and he like threw his chair, and I was just like, oh boy, get him back on that chair. No, I'm joking. I told the Korean teacher to do the discipline, because like the Korean teachers usually handle the discipline. Obviously with language barriers it's kind of hard to be taken seriously. I've tried to tell people off in English, but you know, there's only so much that goes in. They're just like, there, yes teacher, but they're not taking it in. But anyways, back to my point, behaviour aside, like it can be really cool to have an impact on your students, because chances are you're probably the first black person or foreigner that they've spoken to and like had a real proper conversation with. So I don't know, sometimes you end up being a little bit of the foreigner ambassador or spokesperson. They'll just be like, oh, why do foreigners do this or do that? And you have to kind of do your best to give them a cultural education as well as teaching English. So it can be a lot, but there are some advantages to being the foreigner black spokesperson, which brings me to point number 4. You do get foreigner privilege. Regardless of if you speak Korean or not, there is the foreigner card which you can play to get out of certain situations. Like principal, someone was like, oh my god, you can't go out. Then you play your foreigner card and you just say, oh my god, sorry, in my country we're allowed to do that. I didn't know we're not allowed to do that here. And they'll probably just, you know, be like, okay, next time don't. You know? That's what they say. Like I've heard people say that a lot here. Ask for forgiveness, not permission. So goes with hand in hand with the foreigner card. Also, sometimes people are just nicer to you because you're a foreigner. I swear. Like I can't remember, I was getting my nails done with my friend, and like she kept changing her mind, and like I feel like the woman was nicer to her because she's a foreigner. Just the way she was acting, she could have caught an attitude and she just didn't. And you just tell, you get used to these things. Like sometimes you'll be on the street and people will be handing stuff out and they might give you 2, like little things like that. They're just like, oh, foreigner, da, da, da. Like maybe it's because I live in a small town, not in Seoul, so I do experience these foreigner perks, but it does genuinely, like a bit of an advantage. I don't want to sound like a cocky or like a bad person, but it does happen. And like I guess whenever I leave here I'm gonna feel, yeah, I'm gonna be normal again. Like on the plus side, I won't be stared at and I won't feel like an alien or a weirdo, but I won't be special anymore. So you know, there's pros and cons. So similarly to the foreigner card, we have something called the I don't know Korean card. That's point number 5. It is very similar to the foreigner card. Like, yeah, so maybe you do speak a little bit of Korean, but maybe it's not enough Korean. So you just tell them like, oh, I don't really speak Korean. Or they just look at you. So, like for me, I don't even have to say anything. They just look at you like I don't feel like they don't know my level, but they'll just be like, oh, maybe you don't need to go to this meeting and da da da. So I get to miss a lot of probably boring ass meetings because I don't speak Korean. So the I don't know Korean card can be quite nice. Also, you know, if you want to get yourself out of certain situations, social situations too, like the only negative to the I don't know Korean card is that some of the staff are gonna feel hella uncomfortable around you. Some of the staff's gonna feel so uncomfortable around you, like they're gonna be like, oh my god, she doesn't speak Korean, I don't speak English. Like they're gonna see you, and when they see you, they're gonna look like a deer caught in headlights. They're like, okay, this is the foreigner, I can't talk to her. Like it's hard to make friends with your colleagues because of that, like especially the ones that don't speak any English at all. It can be tough. And also you might not get if you keep playing the card too much, you ain't gonna get invited to fun staff outings because they're gonna be like, oh my god, we're gonna have to look after her and like translate, and like it's gonna be awkward. But I've been to some fun staff outings actually. Went to escape room in Gangnam and like dinner and stuff. So even though I don't speak Korean, I don't play the card too much. Gotta keep some things in your arsenal, you know? Okay, point number 6. The work here is so easy. The work is so easy, okay? For one, we don't teach alone for the most part. Like, okay, this varies wildly because last year I did a lot of teaching alone with my co-teacher chilling in the background. This year I've got way more hands-on. We're like teaching together. So like my planning is minimal. I might plan 1 activity or 2, but we use the textbook a lot. So like the work is just easy. and it's not long. I work from 8:30 to 4:30, but I'm only teaching maximum 5 lessons a day. That's when I'm stuck to my regular timetable, so I might be done by lunchtime, done by 2:30 latest, and then I just got a couple hours to chill. I tend to edit my videos, get ideas right, and just create in this time, which is amazing. Like, I'm getting paid in my free time, I can just create, which is really nice. And I think it's why a lot of people end up starting YouTubes and other creative projects whilst they're here. It's just, you have the free time. Some people even doing their masters. It's amazing. Like, you gotta appreciate that. The flip side is, in the vacations, when there's no kids, there's no other staff in, you, the native English teacher, you gotta come in. Yeah, 8:30 to 4:30. You, the native foreign teacher, might be the only person in the building even. Okay, sorry if the AC makes noise, but I need it. Oh, it's a warm day today. I thought someone was done. Nah, I'm just kidding, it's Korea. Oh, anyways, yeah, so you're still gonna be in the school premises, working, doing whatever, like, well, not working, because, you know, free time. Like, when the kids aren't there, you're not teaching anymore, so you're desk warming. We call it desk warming. You're in all day and you do whatever the hell you want. This summer, like, my school had renovation work, so I couldn't go in my office for this desk warming period. And literally, I was on my computer on Netflix. They set up a makeshift little office in the gym. Like, the school's under construction and they couldn't just let us stay at home. No, we had to come in. We had to come in, yeah. So I was sitting there in the gym with a couple other teachers. They were scrolling on their phones, Netflix. One lady had pillows. She had made herself a den. She was like this. I was just like, these people are not real. Like, it was funny. I was like, this is a joke, but it is what it is. Desk warming is part of your job here, so, you know, you need to remember that. And if you're not the kind of person to be very, very, like, productive and self-productive and self-motivating, then you might have a bad time. My final point, which is point number 7, I believe, I lost count. The money here is like pretty decent. It's pretty decent for like living here. Like, most people start on about 2 million won per month, and you know, the school provides your housing or a housing allowance. This year I took the housing allowance, and my house is a little bit more. The house allowance is only 500,000 allowance, but my place, the bills are a little bit more expensive, so I pay a little bit out of my money, but that's fine because I wanted a nice place. But your house can be provided, a school provided housing. It's, for me personally, I've only seen like quite small ones and kind of pokey, and like they're the same, but it's a place and it's decent. You can make it your own, but there are some people that get amazing houses, so you know, you can take that risk. But the point is, if you do that option, you have your place paid for. You don't have to worry about that. Your 2 million won a month, you know, depending how much you get after tax, it's yours to do whatever you want with it. You can live a really nice lifestyle here in Korea, go out and blah blah blah. But can I just say, I used to, before I came here, I saw blogs saying, oh, I saved $20,000 in a year in Korea. I was just like, wow, I want to do this. I came here, I don't know what those people were doing. They must not have been going out. They must not have been eating food. They must not have been going to cafes. They must not have been traveling, because that's the stuff I like to do. I do all of this and also take dance lessons. They're a little bit expensive. But these people that saved 20,000 or whatever, they were not doing anything. They were not living, because there's no way you can save that much money and not, you know, and do anything. People were lying. People were straight up lying for blog views, I swear, because that is not the truth. Like, I'm having a hard time saving here. Like, it's not going as well as I thought it was going to go, but it's not bad. I'm trying my best to rein myself in, and like, but as you probably know, like, my interests involve like shopping and like eating good veggie food, and like, so I have to really rein myself in to save, like the same as you would anywhere really. And obviously what you get paid here is really not a good amount if you were back home. Like, it's not. Like, when I translate it to English, I think it was like 16,000. I was like, I wouldn't do a full-time job with a degree for 16,000 a year, but it does translate to pretty good amount here in Korea, and a good lifestyle. As I've said, if you're not worried about saving, you'll have the best time. You will always have money to do what you want and chill and have fun. And if you don't have fees like student loans or something to pay back home, you'll be happy as hell here. And you probably can save as well. Once you've done a lot of things, got things out of your system, then you can just save. So that's what you can do. So yeah, that is it on my video today. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I actually really enjoyed talking about, I love talking. I enjoyed this video, okay? And I will say this whole experience is largely going to depend on your attitude. When I'm in a good mood, good attitude, productive, this is the best. I'm just like, oh, I love Korea, I'm having a good time, I'm getting paid to do creative stuff in my free time, I feel good. But if you're in a bad, you know, you're in a bad space, it's gonna be bad. You're gonna be lonely, there's no people here. You might have a hard time finding your people, which I have really touched on in the past because I have struggled. I'm still struggling, but I did meet an amazing boyfriend who does, you know, make up for it. And also I love my own company. I really do love my own company. Like, I love me, so it's enough. Love yourself. Yeah. In general, it takes a brave ass, thick-skinned person to uproot your whole life and move across the world to another country, far away from your family and support systems, and start from scratch. So, you know, kudos to you if you're considering that journey. If you're a bit of a little wee baby like me, it's gonna teach you to grow thick skin. Like, trust me, I've grown and hardened as, not hardened, that sounds horrible. I've grown as a person being here, definitely, and I've started to know myself more. So I definitely would recommend it, living abroad. Like, I love it. It's a good experience. So yes, I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you learned something and you're gonna think more deeply if you're considering coming here or moving anywhere abroad to start a new life. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do hit subscribe and the notification bell, and follow me on Instagram if you're not already, because I post really often on Snapchat, probably too much. Like, I don't know, I feel like I'm sharing my life with a lot of strangers on Snapchat, but you might as well join me on there because everyone else is. So yeah, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.